Is it going to get worse? I don't know. But looking at the conference report, they're saying we're at a balanced market. There is no crash coming. Do you remember the time when Phoenix was insane in this Phoenix real estate market? I mean, the real estate market was taking off just like a rocket ship. Actually, just like the DART satellite that hit the asteroid, and the government spending like $625 million to do that over a year's period of time. That's exactly how the real estate market was here in Phoenix, Arizona. But now things have slowed down. And a lot of people have been asking me these questions like, hey, is this market going to crash? Why is it so slow? My sellers are asking me like, man, why is my house not moving? Why are not we getting any offers? How come we're not getting a lot of showings? Well, it has to do with interest rates and the federal government. So before we get started in anything that's happening in Arizona, let's take a look at what this federal government is doing to interest rates to slow down the economy, slow down inflation, and pretty much mess with your number one investment is your house if you own it, because your equity is depreciating. And for home buyers trying to get into a house, well, that's getting a little cumbersome as well. Now, I want to take you to the chart here and show you exactly what I am talking about here. Now, this is actually the federal funds rate on how much they have increased the rate over this last year, and it has been insane. Is in 2020, right, we had this whole pandemic going on, and you can see here that the federal funds rate, okay, the discount rate was at 0.25%. But in March 16th of 2022, this year, they went from 0.25% to up to 50%, 0.50%. Okay, that was an 8-1 vote to increase the federal funds rate. Then they came back and they met on May 4th of 2022, and they're seeing this whole economy get out of hand. Inflation's going up, gas prices are going up, food prices are going up. They're like, hey, we got to pump the brakes here. We got to do something here. So they increased it another 50 basis points, which actually increased the discount rate to 1%. Now, the entire goal for the federal fund, for the Fed, is to get inflation at 2.5%. The last number that came out across the whole United States was 8%. But here in Arizona, get this, here in Arizona, we are at 13% inflation here in the Valley of the Sun. Now, take that number, 13% inflation. Okay, the whole U.S. is 8%, and the Federal Reserve is trying to make inflation at 2.5%. If you own a house, your equity is you're losing some equity as well because prices are coming down. And if you're a home buyer, it is just a struggle to find a house, because I'm out there shopping for homes. The pool of homes that we have right now at a certain price range, they're not really that great, to be honest. I'm just going to be honest or brutal right now. Anything from $400,000 and below, it's not really that great of pool of homes, especially if you're trying to stay inside the city of Phoenix, Arizona. But with that being said, that was a tangent. Keep me on focus here. So let's go back to the federal funds rate. So on May 4th of 2022, right, they're trying to get this discount rate up and to stop inflation. So they increased it again. And in June 2015, they announced the biggest rate hike since 1994 to continue to combat inflation. And they increased it right here, 0.75% up to 1.75%. Now, again, they keep on increasing these rates. And again, in July 27, 2022, they increased the rate again. And right now, September 21st of 2022, they did their last rate hike once again, and they will monitor. And they have said it over and over and over. We're going to increase this until we can actually sustain inflation and get it to 2.5%. If this is going to work, cool. But I'm scratching my head here and I'm seeing like, you know what? I really don't think it's going to work. I'm not an economist, but what I'm seeing on the street, the stock market is taking a massive hit. The S&P, everything is going down. It is crazy on what's happening. And of course, it's not going to happen immediately. We have to wait for the data to come in to see what happens. It's just like real estate. We have to wait until properties sell, properties don't sell, price reductions, etc., to see what the data is. But that is the main root of cause here in Phoenix, Arizona, in this insane real estate market, why it is getting so slow and pausing everything, putting everything on hold. Now, me as an investor and putting my investor hat on, I have pretty much stopped buying anything in the Valley of the Sun, pretty much anywhere in the United States because of the interest rates. I can't go purchase a property and cash flow anymore. I can't go purchase a property, fix it up, sell it, fix it up, repair it, sell it to a third party because mortgage applications are down. People are having trouble trying to qualify mortgages, and house prices are still pretty high and rates are high as well. So for me as an investor right now, it doesn't make any kind of sense to purchase any kind of real estate right now. So if you're a newbie trying to come in and buy something, you got to make sure it's a steal of a deal. If you have marginal numbers, walk away. Okay. Now there's a lot of fix and flip investors that are just getting pounded. I mean, they're losing hundreds of thousands of dollars on those fix and flips because they bought them. They're in the process of fixing up and they're trying to put them on the market to sell, and they're taking massive losses, especially corporations like Open Door. Now, I want to take you on a adventure to the interest rate chart right here and show you exactly what is going on. As you can see here is I have the date from January 1st of 2020 to September 26th of 2022, which is yesterday. Let me see if I can just do it for today. It doesn't allow me to, so this is for today, for yesterday. Now, these are 30-year fixed mortgage rates. This is very important for you guys to look at this data. Now, for me, I don't get any kind of I'm not affiliate of this website, nothing like that, but they have an app. It's called the Mortgage News Daily. I use this app all the time to see what's going on with interest rates daily. I use it to get some my information from them as well for interest rates, mortgage rates, the housing market, etc. It's a free live site for you to use. You have to really look at this website. What you can see here is in 2020, we had rates at 2.79%. You can just scroll down here. You can actually you go to the website, figure it out, just put on some numbers, put in some dates, you get some charts back. And if you can see here is look at these rates, okay? We went from 3.2 all the way up to 4, all the way up to 5, and then look at this, 6.28. I bought my house at 6%. It was like 6.25. So kind of like the same date as Tuesday, June 14th of 2022. My first house, I bought it in 2001. But now look at here. When the Fed changed the rate again, we are now sitting at 6.87%. Now, that rate is still kind of historically low, to be honest with you. It's just that we've been programmed that rates should be in the 2 to 3%. Like I told you before, my first house I bought at 6.25 in 2001. But yeah, home prices were a lot lower. My income was a lot lower. And that's a big problem here in Phoenix, Arizona, is a lot of income earners don't make enough to afford a house right now because prices are high, rates are high, but their income, take-home income is low. And this is a big problem, and this is why the federal government is increasing these rates to try to combat inflation and lower that inflation rate and try to get this economy moving. Do you think it's going to work? I'd like to ask you that question. Drop a comment below. Let me know, hey, you know what? I really think this is going to work. And if you think that it's not going to work, I'd really appreciate a comment on that as well, because my personal opinion is this is not working. And I don't think increasing the rates is not going to work. And I think in 2023, they're going to have to come back down and decrease these rates because they're going to make a whole mess out of this economy. But moving forward, let's go on to the next adventure. Now, this information that I received from the Cromford Report, I appreciate them. I subscribe for this information, and I give it to you for free. So I'll pay some money to them. Tina Tamborn, she does an excellent job with the Cromford Report. I love you, Tina. If you're watching this video, don't hurt me. don't mess with me if I say the data wrong, but I'm just going to read what she says. Once again, this data is brought to you by the Cronford Report. I ain't making this stuff up. I'm going to give you what she states here. And the Cronford Report is a prediction on where she's trying to predict where prices are going to go. Okay. It's not to tell you that there's markets going to crash, etc., because we have to wait for the data to come in. So with that being said, let's go over here and see what Tina Tamborn has to say. And I want to point out one thing here, one major thing. This is not a crash. The overabundance of enthusiasm and confidence we saw in March has evaporated, and the market has started to operate like it does when overall supply and demand are balanced. So we are pretty much currently in a balanced market right now. According to this, I got to go check the data. I haven't checked the gauges, haven't checked any of that stuff. But for me reading this, she's basically saying it is a balanced market. Now, we were just talking about interest rates. Okay. Now, she states here that you might think that mortgage rates over 6% are a big problem, but the housing market has operated for many decades over 6% without causing a meltdown. Okay, she remembers when anything below 8% was regarded as a cheap loan. Yes, the demand will be lower while rates are high, but the thing everyone has to fear most is the overabundance of supply. Right now, the evidence points the opposite way. New supply is tight and looks likely to remain that way for some time. And the reason why she's saying that supply is tight is because I have a couple of clients that were looking at some homes, and let me tell you, the homes are not looking too good at a price range of $400,000 and below. And I'm talking like close inside the city. I'm talking about Peoria, Goodyear, and Avondale. But when you're trying to stay close to the city, homes aren't looking too good. I mean, there's homes that are just outdated, need repairs, and they just don't look good. They don't smell good. And the feeling is out there that, yeah, home prices are coming down. We're losing value. We're having a lot of price cuts. Well, those are homes that people have not actually taken care of their house. Homes that are selling now are people who actually have done upgrades. Okay, have put new granite countertops, new tile, new carpet, new paint. And that's what it's going to take for sellers to sell their house. Is now you have a lot of competition as a seller, and you're going to have to stand out. You're going to have to hire that right agent to price it right correctly, get in front of this market, do some marketing. But even the right marketing is not going to help you sellers right now, because it's going to come down to price because of interest rates and what home buyers can afford. You're going to have to give up some seller concessions to help them buy down their rate. You're going to have to be a team player now. And I say that with my open heart, is if you're a seller, you're going to have to be a team player, because buyers definitely need your help in order to purchase a house. And you look at these rates, they are just demolishing the home buyer's confidence right here in Phoenix, Arizona. So a perfect example of how slow the market is my listing in Mesa, Arizona. Is got a couple showings but no offers, and we've been on the market for quite some time. So let me show you this beautiful property in Mesa, Arizona. And it's a starter home. It's located in Mesa, Arizona by ASU. It's like right downtown Mesa. And ASU has moved into Mesa, Arizona. It's a beautiful property. No HOA. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with over 1,600 square feet. And it is a starter home. Yes, it is. But this house is actually, the owners have taken great care of it. They've done some upgrades. They did a new roof. They have a new AC. They've done some flooring. And the showings are very, very slow. Okay. We are now at 33 days on the market. No offers at all. And with only 2 showings. And I've told my clients, my sellers, is it's going to take some time. It's going to take time now to sell. You're not going to put just a house on the market and get 5 to 10 offers anymore. Those days are gone because interest rates are high. But I am seeing it, that the market is slow for home buyers. My current home buyer right now, we are under contract on a beautiful home in Peoria. But we took our time. We looked at a lot of houses. We found the right one. Okay, we got an awesome price, discounted price on the house. We got seller concessions, okay? Meaning the seller is giving my client money for closing costs and to help them close on the loan. They are also fixing a lot of stuff on the house. They're fixing the AC, they're fixing everything that's inside the house, and they didn't come back and fight us on it. They just said, yes, we're okay doing that. So that's what you're seeing as a buyer is you have a lot of options right now. You can get some seller concessions to help with your closing costs. You can actually get some more money to help with buying down your rate because you're going to need it when I just showed you the chart with interest rates. And you're going to get some repairs done if it's the right seller. So if you're looking to purchase a house, take your time, do the math. It's a very emotional feeling, and I understand that. But you have to make sure that you're going into this long term. The short game is gone. You're not going to buy a house, wait 2 years, sell it, and make $100,000 to $200,000 anymore. That game is long gone over. Game over, okay? Game over for that. So now you're in it for the long term. And if you're thinking about selling your house, you're going to have to be patient. You're going to be sitting on the market for quite some time. Okay, you're going to have to price it right. You're going to have to do some work inside your house. You're going to have to make it smell good, feel good. You have to make it pop. You're going to have to make it look good. You're going to have to put some money and invest into your own house to sell it. I'm just not talking about charts. I gave you some charts there, but what I'm seeing and showing you in my listing, I'm telling you stories of what my buyers are going through as well. Is it going to get worse? I don't know. But looking at the conference report, they're saying we're at a balanced market. There is no crash coming. I've been saying that for quite some time. There's not going to be a crash. This is going to be a little reset, go down. I'll give you my opinion on what might happen is I think in Q3 2023, we're going to see probably a little balance going on, just like not very much appreciation if you own a house. And then it's going to start going up again, maybe into Q3, Q4, into 2024. And it's all going to depend on that federal funds rate, right? The federal government is messing. They got their hands in the cookie jar. And if you look at my previous videos, I said this a long time, is the real estate market is going to shift and not crash because the government's going to get involved. And I'm going to find that clip and I'll post it on the next video. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And that's all I have for today. This insane Phoenix real estate market. Keep your head up high. Keep your heart full of love. Keep your feet on the ground. You know how to reach out to me if you need any services. We'll talk to you soon.
If you have any questions, email me at victor@freeagentproperties.com. Again, that email address is victor@freeagentproperties.com, where we release new videos each week on home buyer tips, home seller tips, the Phoenix housing market updates, so you can be mindful when you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate. We will talk to you soon.